It's Nolan. Now, before we get started, make sure y'all hitting that like button. Make sure y'all sharing it on your respective platforms. Let somebody know what we're doing today. Now, let's get into the show. Lifelong dreams being elevated. Leave a nigga face down like he meditating. Growing up, trepidation in my locale. Hearing 40 cal, know somebody need resuscitation. I describe myself, nothing define me. Paper cut, sharp, origami. Business in the iPhone, biting the apple like Shinigami. Death notes, every bar's like a homie. I'm the Clyde with a Bonnie. Rhythmalism, I'm too quick. New scripts, I'm producing them daily like news clips. Roof Chris, give me all of the beef, I'm a sous chef. Homies had them 8 balls for the green like a pool stick. I learn my ingredients as I get older, more lenient. We use bitch niggas to be convenient. Need more cash, that's immediate, expedient. My experience teaching what I couldn't get from PBS. Freedom of the finance, read a pie graph. I take my pride back, flip the color like a Mike Jack. Niggas ain't like that. Take a name like it's Iraq. You diss me, might stab a nigga with a wine glass. It's risky. Might crash, don't invite me to the function. I smash niggas pumpkins all together conjunction. Southside nigga cooking up like it's a luncheon. We don't need a studio to get you niggas punched in. What's going on, beautiful people? It's the kid J Nolan here. Welcome back to another episode of Inside the Industry, your number one source for music, entertainment, commentary, and breakdowns. Hope everybody's doing well out there this evening. In this video, we're going to be addressing this smear campaign that's going on towards Kendrick Lamar and UMG. All right. Big shout out to JV from the Ville. You know what I'm saying? He's the one that actually created the video we're going to be reacting to today. And I think he made some really good points. This is some stuff that I took notice to the other day, but I kind of brushed it to the side. But the way that he put it in conjunction together, it does seem like there is some sort of underlying underhanded play going on. I don't know if you all have seen anything about the No NDA network that's out here. It's a Twitter page. They've been out here trying to like accuse people of being paid to push the agenda of UMG, to push anti-Drake content or narratives to the public. They've been putting all types of different allegations out on people. And then when people started to call them out for their BS, they ended up like deactivating their page and they're trying to say my page was taken down, crying wolf or whatever. So we definitely have some OVO stands out here. We already have seen like people like What's the Dirt and stuff that he has going on and how he's framing a lot of what's going on lately as far as social media is concerned. It's pretty disgusting. But again, there seems to be a concocted agenda really being pushed against Kendrick Lamar by proxy through UMG. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and pull up the Ville's video.
Let me just cut to the chase and let you know that I think that there's a lot of propaganda, a lot of smear campaign activities occurring at this time involving this lawsuit. This Drake and UMG lawsuit continues to update and it continues to get really strange. Because now that a woman has entered this lawsuit as a previous update of July 21st, this woman named Monet Merchant, there's other activity occurring online that is tying in to this case, at least the people that are named in this case.
Now, y'all know we talked about the Monet Merchant situation the other day. We don't have to like relitigate that, re-go through it, because she is way out of her reach with that. I do believe the judge is going to punt her and all of her filings out of the docket, just waiting on the determination on that. But I'm going to let him continue.
Because we know as of currently that Drake had dropped 63 potential witnesses in the defamation suit against UMG. Now, granted, people on this lawsuit are Lucien Grange, Jody Gerson, Monte Littman, many more. But the problem is now it feels like there's a smear campaign with the individuals listed on Drake's witness list. Now, when we looked at the witness list and not even trying to look at random names, these are the first names listed on here. We have Drake, UMG, Ramon Alvarez Smickle, and Kojo, who we had talked about in a recent live and a recent video. You know, Drake had paid private investigators to look for Kojo, but they were only able to find other locations that don't really tie to the Kojo that is an A&R to Kendrick Lamar. As a matter of fact, it just looked like a whole bunch of scam reports, mass reporting Kojo under false pretenses. So it looks like someone is trying to mass report Kojo under false allegations, trying to defame him before he goes to court. And we talked about that in a previous video, but it ties into the other circumstances, another issue that is occurring.
Now, real quick, we went through those scam reports on Kojo. It is very interesting that just a week after Not Like Us came out, all of those reports then hit the net, trying to accuse him of various things. They tried to accuse him of relations with a minor. They tried to accuse him of taking people's money and things of that nature. But nothing further has been substantiated other than a couple of arrests from years ago. But, you know, I don't know Kojo. I don't know anything really about him. But again, I just think it's very strange that after Not Like Us comes out, a week later, you get all of this stuff filed and, you know, they bring his name up in the paperwork. So good catch there.
Online, because currently this account doesn't exist, but this account is known as No NDA Network. And this account has been kind of going on these crazy rants. This account has been just doing the most. But the problem that I have with this account, it's part of the smear campaign, and the smear campaign names people in this lawsuit. And if you want me to be real, it just seems so funny to me because this person is attacking the people on this lawsuit, just going down the order that it's listed. As you could see here, me and Jalopy had talked about this issue. This person had posted when their account was active because they had crashed out and deactivated it. But before that, it says a Triple N exclusive, proof that NFR podcast was paid to slander Drake by an agency that represents Interscope and UMG. So they're saying that they have proof that.
Now this is where things get interesting because this person is accusing NFR podcast of being paid to slander Drake. If anyone spends any amount of time on Twitter to see what NFR podcast was posting prior to their page being knocked down, they posted Drake all the time. Every time Drake has something new out, a new feature, a performance or whatever, NFR podcast posts Drake with no shame. And they be putting these fucking eyeballs up like, what y'all gonna say? You know what I'm saying? Because they actually they like Drake. They like Drake. They like Kendrick. They are as close to being, I won't say unbiased, but which none of us are unbiased. But they post both artists. They haven't slacked on posting Drake. They get a lot of engagement for posting Drake and they lean into it. And they don't have negative slants when they do it. Sometimes it looks like at times they almost favor Drake from some of the posts that I be seeing. It's like, damn, y'all really on that nigga hard, right? What did I miss when that dropped? The other day when fucking the record with Central C, which one dropped? I was like, I feel like they was hyping it up before they page got knocked down. I'm like, why would they knock it down after posting that when they was responsible for promoting it? So I find that to be strange as well, but I think they're easy targets.
FR Podcast, which is another media outlet that is on Twitter and all the other social media platforms, they're claiming that they are getting paid to slander Drake. However, they have no proof and NFR hasn't spoke to them or addressed this at all. But I don't believe that this is true. I don't believe what they're saying is true at all. They say that this agency also bought it, Not Like Us, and many other hits. NFR lawyers have tried to sweep this under the rug, but I can't be silenced. You are seeing it here.
So they trying to say that they bought it, Not Like Us, for Kendrick Lamar as well. They're still trying their damnedest to put out these reports of botted listens on Not Like Us. Not Like Us is one of the biggest, most massive, most widely loved songs that have been released in the past decade, possibly in the history of hip hop, if you really want to break it down, especially with its success of being eligible for diamond certification in a year, the first of its kind. Whether you like Kendrick or not, I mean, how do you go against that? And then when you go out into the world, it's being played. So what are the DJs being paid? The regular DJs? Are these wedding Are these wedding DJs being paid? Are the brides and grooms at these weddings being paid to reenact the Super Bowl when they did that shit? Were they paid actors? Come on, man. So here, got this fake ass invoice. I'm gonna let him continue though.
And they show this invoice. But the real important thing to notice about this invoice is the person that it was billed to. Now, if you look at who this was billed to, it shows that it was billed to Ramon Alvarez Smickel, who is also listed on the 63 witnesses that Drake had piled up. And it's just funny because it's the first one on the list. It just feels like this information is fake. And this person just attached the first person on the witness list.
Yeah, and the invoice conveniently comes out after Ramon Alvarez Smickel, whose name wasn't mentioned before, is now being mentioned by the No NDA Network, whoever the fuck that is. So, where was the invoice a couple months ago? Where was the invoice last year? You know what I'm saying? But now that Ramon's name is out there, it's easy to say, "Oh, let me put an invoice out there with his name on it and make it look like he's paying." Would have seemed a lot more organic if that name would have been floating around before Drake put it in his potential witness list, right?
Well, they are a digital marketer. They're the head of digital marketing at Interscope. So maybe they were just going for this person because of their title. But it is strange that the smear campaign that they're doing on the internet is targeting the first person on Drake's witness list. Now, this person took off their account for a reason, because people started calling him out. He had posted this invoice claiming that this person, Ramon Alvarez Smickel from Interscope, was paying NFR podcasts to spew propaganda about Drake. They're claiming that NFR.
Look at the total. $34,000, 998. Now, if they was paying y'all, why would they pay 34,998? That's a random ass number. If the total's 35K, where the $2 go? To No NDA Network? You had to get your finder's fee of $2 from UMG to NFR Podcast Digital Marketing Campaign. Oh my goodness. Now, I don't know if NFR Podcast is paid to post anything. I don't know their business model. I don't know the inner workings of their company or whatever it is. I know that they have a podcast, an actual podcast. Their podcast isn't as big as their Twitter page. I don't know if they work in digital marketing behind the scenes in any capacity. I just know that they get a lot of engagement on Twitter, and people that get a lot of engagement on Twitter, once you pay for that blue check, you can get paid off of that once you meet certain requirements. So they're getting bread off of all of those trending posts and viral posts, and hell, they were in like the first couple of posts that I was seeing in the beef when the songs were coming out from both sides. So again, how are they now all of a sudden supposed to be anti-Drake and accepting money to go against him?
Was getting paid 30 grand to talk smack about Drake. And they're saying that they have the proof. But my problem is, if you have an invoice like this that could help Drake in a lawsuit, why don't you just give it to Drake and his lawyers? Why do you have to post it on the internet? Oh, that's right, because it's not real. This isn't real at all. It's actually funny because the first thing that you look up on Google is invoice generator. And this is the exact same thing that you get. It's the exact same outcome. This is invoice generator, or at least one of them. And you could make the same exact copy that they did. And you could even bill it to Drake and ship it to Drake. And you could put for $1 million. You know, this is rat beef. Charge it to $1 million. Charge it to the game. And this is how people were able to tell you that this isn't real. I mean, you could just go online and just fake this up. The crazy part is that after this guy got exposed, right? Because after he had submitted this and people called him out for it being fraud, people got on his case. People were telling him, hey, you know, this isn't real. This is just fake. He thought that people were going to eat this up and believe it. He got so upset for people finding out that this wasn't real. he went on a crazy rant online and ended up just deactivating his account altogether. So he had posted all these crazy things because nobody would believe him. So he just decided to just crash out and post all these crazy things. So messed up and so uncalled for. This account is solely here just to spew propaganda. And the minute that no one would believe him, he deactivated his account right after saying so many offensive things. And then when we were talking about this on live, he tried to reactivate his account and continue talking mess. Now, this is crazy because this is the second time that somebody has been named on this witness list that they're trying to defame, or they're trying to make look like a criminal, or try to look like somebody who's doing shady activity. First, it was Kojo. When we talked about Kojo, the previous video, Drake was trying to look for Kojo. Kojo is somebody associated with Kendrick Lamar. And after the beef, people started mass reporting Kojo as a scammer. The only problem is that these reports don't look real because he got mass reported on the same day by 3 different people in 3 different states, all at the same time. It just doesn't seem real. It just doesn't look real. Looks like this was planted. Exactly how this profile is planting information about Ramon Smickle. It is the same thing, just on different aspects, just on different platforms, but has the same goal. They're all trying to make these individuals on Drake's witness list look bad before they even go to court or even potentially get called to court.
Now remember, Kojo is an A&R for Kendrick. He's listed in the GNX A&R department for the album. Ramon Alvarez Smickle is head of digital marketing for Interscope, which is who Kendrick has his direct dealings with. And then, of course, UMG is the conglomerate over Interscope, Republic, and others that fall under their Motown, the whole nine, right? So Kojo's directly associated with Kendrick. Ramon Alvarez also a head of digital marketing at the label that Kendrick is doing business with directly. So they're trying to muddy the waters, incriminate them in some sort of way to then create, doubt in the public opinion, because that's really what this is pulling at, is trying to get public opinion. Nothing that we say, think, want to see, want to hear, nothing that we're requesting in any of all of this makes any difference to the actual outcome of this case of Drake's lawsuit. Whatever discovery gets revealed, you would think all of this stuff would be submitted to discovery rather than on these social media and public facing websites. But of course, it's being carefully put there, so when you go look for it, you find it, because they're trying to make it seem like this stuff is pre-existing prior to the trial coming to a head. All right, I'm gonna let JV continue.
And it doesn't end there, because as we continue to look into the NDA network, they tried to say that they had information from ad standards in regards to NFR podcasts. Now, the screenshots that I have are blurry, but essentially they were trying to get this fake screenshot of ad standards, which apparently is this company that holds information from Canada. You could correct me in the comments, but this apparently is like his proof that NFR was doing some type of shady activity. Still, after he deleted his account, after he said those offensive things, he came back and tried to say that he was hacked. And he tried to say that people at Rock Nation hacked him because he's trying to spill the truth. But really, it's just him just saying.
Now, how cliche is that? Rock Nation? So if you're out here creating a paper trail that is supposed to incriminate UMG and by proxy through UMG Kendrick Lamar, why would Rock Nation step in and knock your page down for Kendrick? Rock Nation got their own shit going on. So why would they come fight his battle when they got 50-11 battles that they fighting on their own? Come on, dog. And then his page be right back up whenever the fuck he wanted. That's not how getting your page knocked down works. That nigga be conveniently deactivating when the coals under his feet get too hot.
Messed up things and then trying to act like he was hacked to try to save face that he got caught with some fake invoices. But now he's trying to have some fake information or fake documents to try to prove NFR podcast is doing some type of scam activity. Someone said nice Google Docs and screenshotted it and compared it to other Google Docs that you could just make on your computer. But what's funny is that Ad Standards themselves, their official account, had posted right under his post, and he said, Ad Standards did not send this letter, please take it down immediately, which is so hilarious because the official account of Ad Standards saw what they were being posted about
and said, take this shit the fuck down. Who is you, boy? We don't know you. Who is him? Who is him? They're finna start set tripping on your stupid ass. What? Let's keep going.
And told him that that was fake. So now again, for the third time in a row, this guy has been proven to be a liar and is trying to be a con artist and trying to spew propaganda to help Drake make these people on his witness list look bad. And this is the second time that we're seeing this pattern. We see it with Kojo, and we're seeing it with this account on Twitter, No NDA Network. And this is why they keep going out. And this is why they keep turning off their page. They keep getting put on blast because of the things that they're posting and the things that they're doing. They try to be a reliable source, and people are seeing them spew propaganda right in front of everybody. But what's interesting is how Drake's case updated up until this point, because as of right now, on July 21st, Drake's case updated. But it's strange how this updated, because there's this woman by the name of Monet Merchant. Monet Merchant had talked about her involvement in this case in a weird way, to be quite honest with you, because if I read you how she introduced herself, it is very strange. She tells the court that her name is Monet. This declaration is submitted solely for the record to acknowledge public indexing, thought leadership, and cultural authorship in alignment with artists' rights without interfering with court proceedings or
We're not going to continue with Miss Monet. We already know she submitted a load of horse shit. The judge is going to give her a diamond cutter up out of here. We don't even got to spend no more time on that. But I feel like I just wanted to react to this video from Neville, because I think he was doing a very good job of putting all of these stories together to show the paper trail of a calculated smear campaign to make UMG and Kendrick look bad and incriminate them in public opinion. All right. Just the other day, I think it was yesterday, I saw another video circulating from What's the Dirt on Twitter. I don't follow him, but it was just in my timeline, where he was trying to use the narrative from Drake's which one? The whole Iceman episode 2 situation with the Pinocchio thing. And he was trying to push out this theory of Pinocchio definitely being Kendrick Lamar, but not for the reason that you would assume. And basically, he was trying to utilize the Pinocchio story as Kendrick being Pinocchio and John Janik from Interscope being, the person that led Pinocchio into basically servitude in the puppet show and whatnot, and basically promising him all of these riches, and you're going to be the star of the show, everything's going to be handled for you. And then, Pinocchio goes off to become, kind of like enslaved almost, basically, like in captivity. And basically he was trying to draw a parallel in John Janik basically leading Kendrick down the road of, hey, you should diss Drake, you should besmirch his name, you should soil his name in the public, and in return, we'll make you the star of the company, we'll make you this highly revered artist, as if Kendrick Lamar hasn't been that for over a decade, nearly 15 years at this point. It's tired, it's lame, it's dry, it lacks creativity. But nonetheless, we can see that it's all contrived and it's all happening at the very same time. It does not seem to be random. It does not seem to be organic. It's all pre-calculated, right? And in the Ville's video, he was basically trying to say, like, hey, I don't know if Drake is involved with any of this, but it does seem to be something that's being put together behind the scenes. But at the end of the day, the nigga lost. The nigga lost the battle. He's already lost a lot of his status. He's lost his luster. He lost credibility with this lawsuit because it's nothing but bitching and moaning. And, I don't know whether or not he's going to lose in the courtroom, but in my estimation, I don't think his lawsuit is all that strong. I think he's going to take an L there, but I don't know what the judge is going to say. I don't know how the jury is going to potentially rule on that. So I don't want to put my opinion on that because we got to go through the process. But he's been taking L's. You know what I'm saying? It just is what it is. And the more that him and his supporters go out of their way to try to create these weird narratives, the more of an L you take, Drake. All right? But let me know what y'all think of all this down below in the comments. Be sure to like and share the video. If this is your first time seeing me on YouTube, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Become an insider, and I will catch y'all on the next one. All right? Peace. King of my city and cul-de-sac. Coming, I swinging like soldier rags. Leading my people like quarterback. Boy, I study this shit, I'm an almanac. Had to get up and grind. Knowledge is booming, I'm here to apply. Came with the chip and the dip, it just single the mind. We finna do more than survive. I need my check. Spinning the block for the Gouda. We hitting the jeweler to flood out the net. We don't do beef for computers, I'm straight out the sewer. We come when you rest. Niggas be looking perplexed, so keeping my foot on their neck. No map, I trust my gut for the quest. With drama, I'm fully abreast. I was ready for years and they doubted me. All of a sudden they tell me they proud of me. I've been dropping these haters like calories. Cross them out, I came back with some boundaries. Stand for my honor, but too raw, no corner. Packing the stick with a drummer. Wanna catch my bad, won't fumble. I done came too far to be humble.